In today's video, we're going to answer a question that I am frequently asked. What time is best for intermittent fasting? Is it better to skip breakfast or to skip dinner when you're doing an intermittent fasting routine such as 16-8? Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern where you cycle between being in a fed and a fasted state. A fed state is when you have eaten and your body is digesting the food, and a fasted state is of course the opposite, when you are not eating. Now, why would you ever want to be in a fasted state, you might be asking, but giving our bodies a break from eating actually comes along with a lot of benefits. It gives your digestion a break, it reduces inflammation, it optimizes your ability to burn fat, it improves your focus, it improves insulin sensitivity, it strengthens your immune system, and of course, it can be beneficial for weight loss. Most people in modern society barely spend any time in a fasted state, aside from sleeping, which means they are missing out on all of these benefits. But what time of day is best to intermittent fast? We're going to answer this question and more in today's video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate. I'm a health coach and I post videos on a high-fat, nutrient-dense way of eating. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to share, and make sure to subscribe. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where I share new posts every single day. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. For everything from websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that does it all. Head to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate to start a free trial today. Now, the most popular variation of intermittent fasting is known as 16-8. This is when you fast for 16 hours out of the day and eat within an 8-hour window. A lot of people choose to do this variation by skipping breakfast. They might have their first meal at 12 p.m. and then finish their last meal by 8 p.m. On the flip side, there are some people who skip dinner instead. So they might start eating at 8 a.m., for example, and be finished their last meal by 4 p.m. So is one of these options better than the other? Let's talk about the pros and the cons of both. Skipping breakfast. Now, I'm sure we have all heard that breakfast is supposed to be the most important meal of the day, but is this actually true? I would say yes and no. Most people interpret breakfast as the meal you have in the morning. But when we break down the word, break, fast, it can be used to describe any meal that breaks a fast. And this doesn't have to be eaten in the morning. But I do think the food you choose to break a fast, no matter the time of day, is important. What you eat when you break your fast has a huge impact on how you feel for the rest of the day. If you have a high sugar, high carb meal, such as cereal and juice, with little protein and fat, you are going to have a huge blood sugar spike after eating and a subsequential energy crash a couple of hours later. And you'll end up trying to manage these spikes and crashes for the rest of the day. Break your fast with foods rich in protein and fat, such as bacon, eggs, and avocado, and you will have stable blood sugar and stable energy throughout the day. But definition aside, eating a meal early in the day is not necessary. A lot of people are actually naturally not hungry first thing in the morning, but they will force themselves to eat. So if you're one of these people, listen to your body. You don't have to force yourself to eat if you're not hungry. It is actually normal to not be hungry first thing in the morning. And if you are hungry, this can be a sign that your circadian rhythm is out of sync. The reason you are not ravenous first thing upon waking up is because of cortisol. Between the hours of 3 and 6 a.m., cortisol will start to rise. This is your body preparing you to wake up and give you energy to start the day. Cortisol pulls glucose from your stores to give you energy. 30 to 40 minutes after waking is when your circulating cortisol increases by up to 300%. Your body is creating energy, and therefore there isn't a need to eat for energy. And by not eating right away, you actually have another hormone working in your favor, and that is human growth hormone. Human growth hormone is important for a healthy metabolism. It regulates glucose, fat, and ketones. In other words, it helps us to use energy and burn fat more efficiently. Having low human growth hormone is associated with increased fat mass, particularly visceral fat, which is the hard fat that accumulates around our organs and is particularly harmful to our health. Human growth hormone increases when we are fasting, and it is often highest when we're sleeping. And you can extend the benefits it provides by not eating right away when you wake up. A lot of people also find that they are more focused throughout the morning when they skip breakfast. And this makes sense because once your body has burned through the glucose, it will start producing ketones from fat for energy. And ketones are a more efficient fuel source for the brain than glucose is. They are well known to provide increased mental clarity and focus. And of course, skipping breakfast might just be more convenient. A lot of people find it is a hassle to prepare something to eat first thing in the morning. And if you don't have to, why would you? Skipping dinner. And now let's talk about skipping dinner. One of the biggest benefits of skipping dinner is it can improve your digestion and improve your sleep. Our digestive system does not work as efficiently when we sleep. If we eat a big meal too close to bedtime, our bodies do not have time to digest it before we go to sleep. And we cannot get proper restorative sleep until it has been digested. Studies have also shown that it can help to manage hunger swings and be beneficial for fat loss, which of course, skipping breakfast is as well, so one or the other isn't necessarily better in this regard. But I think one of the strongest arguments for why you should skip dinner instead of breakfast is because insulin sensitivity is actually at its peak in the morning. Insulin, of course, is the hormone that brings glucose from our blood to our cells. And having higher insulin sensitivity means your cells take in more glucose more efficiently. In general, insulin sensitivity is a good thing, but our insulin sensitivity can fluctuate for several reasons. As I just mentioned, our sensitivity is higher in the morning versus the evening, and for women, we are actually more insulin sensitive in the first half of our cycle versus the second. And some people are more sensitive overall based on their metabolic health. If you are insulin resistant, you have poor insulin sensitivity in general. But anyways, I'm getting a little bit off track. I do have a whole video on the signs and symptoms of insulin resistance, which I will link above if you want to know more about that. But the point is, if we eat in the morning, our bodies are able to use the excess glucose more efficiently than if we eat in the evening, which can help to improve our sensitivity further. But skipping breakfast also has benefits for insulin sensitivity as well. So in summary, skipping breakfast and skipping dinner both have benefits, and a lot of these benefits overlap. So it really comes down to you experimenting and finding out which strategy works best for you and your goals. Now, before I wrap up, I'm going to tell you about today's sponsor, Squarespace. I use Squarespace for all of my online business needs. I have my website with Squarespace, my newsletter, my blog. Squarespace does it all. One thing I love about Squarespace is how easy it is to use. They have numerous templates that are easy to switch between, and their style editor makes customizing layouts, fonts, and colors simple. You can even use video backgrounds to really bring your website to life. The best part is you can start a 14-day free trial and design your whole website before you commit. Head over to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate to start your free trial, and when you love it and decide to launch, use code HealthCoachKate to save 10% off your first order. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are team skip breakfast or team skip dinner, or maybe team skip neither. I love chatting with you guys in the comment section, and I try to at least read and reply to as many comments as I can, especially within the first hour after I upload, so come say hi. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, you might also like my video on the different variations of fasting, which you can check out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it here. And if you want to check out my keto diet and carnivore diet coaching programs, you can find them here. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.